Oh yeah, the Fury Road. One gigantic U-turn. Mad Max Fury Road, released in 2015, and is directed by George Miller, who's also behind such films like Mad Max, Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, Happy Feet, and Happy Feet 2. And this film is starring Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, Nicholas Hoult, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, Riley Keough, Zoe Kravitz, Abby Lee, and Courtney Eaton. Max is a survivor of the oil wars and is haunted by the memories of all of the people who had died in his arms ever since. But he has been captured by minions of the local warlord Immortan Joe and is taken to his citadel. And while there, one of Immortan Joe's outstanding lieutenants, Furiosa, is drawing the big rig to Gastown to refill on supplies. And while on the journey, Furiosa takes a detour because she has smuggled all of the prize breeders of Immortan Joe. Now Joe leads all of his forces after Furiosa, and Max is strung along as a blood bag for one of his assailants. So in typical form with any Mad Max film, Max kind of just finds himself in the middle of something. He's not really our protagonist, he's not the main character, he's not on this hero's journey, like this Joseph Cambion hero's journey. He's just riding along and existing. That's what he does in every Mad Max film. Maybe less so in the first one because it's more of an origin story. We're just getting used to who Mad Max is. But in Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome, all Max is doing is he's just traveling. He just wants to exist. And in typical fashion, he finds himself in the middle of some type of battle or some type of war. It's just in this one, he's mainly a prisoner of war almost the entire time in some way, shape, or form. At the start, he's Nicholas Holt's blood bag, and as the cars are driving into this incredible, beautiful sandstorm, he breaks free, he joins the rig with Furiosa and helps them reach the green place. And for those of you who haven't seen this film, I'm not going to spoil all of it. I'm going to stop right there when it comes to plot synopsis. But all I can say is this is one hell of an action adventure. When I'm told that the genre is action adventure or action thriller, this is the type of action I want to see. And the majority of this is all practical. These are all actual rigs. These are all actual cars. The guy who is driving his car with the frickin' guitar playing and the flames are shooting, that was all real. So badass. And the majority of the stunt work in here was all real. It was all practical. These actors have their head so close to the ground as they're driving across the sand and across the roads. Anything could have happened there. Anyone could have gotten hurt. And we praise George Miller for it. We praise him for taking all of these unnecessary risks. It's quite tremendous. The visual effects in here, the use of practical effects, and the stunt work. Back in 2015, there needed to be an Oscar category for stunt work because this film absolutely deserved something. It deserved it. But on top of all of the amazing stunt work and the CGI and the practical effects, we have what appears to be a very simple story. This film is one gigantic U-turn. They go in one direction, they figure out like, let's go back. And it's one gigantic U-turn. But there are so many layers to representation in here. The story conflicts, who Immortan Joe represents, and these prize breeders, and the relationship between them looking for freedom, Immortan Joe looking at them as they're his property. It's all timely topics. Topics that we are still dealing with as a society. These people live in this world where women do not have a voice. They are seen as breeders. They are seen as property. They are seen as nutritionists, right? They produce milk. They are here to raise kids. That's all they're here to do. And then here we have this band of women who take matters into their own hands and are racing and running towards freedom because they can. And when they realize that they no longer can, they decide that, you know what? We're going to go back and we're going to take control of things. It's an empowering film, and Max finds himself smack dab in the middle of it. And when it's all done, he just fades out into obscurity once again. That's why I like this character. He's a nobody. He is here to help, and then he is gone. He is not looking for fame. He is not looking for any type of recognition. He just wants a jug of water, he wants his car, and he just wants to go. Tom Hardy's great. He is a great replacement for Mel Gibson. I know George Miller was recasting him after all the stuff that Mel Gibson did in the early 2000s. Good casting call here with Tom Hardy. But Charlize Theron, she is the star of this film. Her character is the star of this movie. So much that we are getting a spin-off film, which is why we're covering Mad Max Fury Road today. We are getting Furiosa, a Mad Max saga film that is coming out this weekend. I really wish Charlize Theron would have been the star of that movie, but no, it's Anya Taylor-Joy, which I love her as an actress. I enjoy her tremendously as an actress. But I remember when this film came out, George Miller was talking about, yeah, I got ideas for Mad Max sequels, but I also had this idea of a Furiosa spin-off film, and I wanted it to be Charlize Theron because she is amazing here. There is so much history in just her body language alone. She's missing an arm. So much history that, like, I want to know what happened there. I want to know that stuff. And I want you to tell me, Charlize Theron, because you're doing such a great job here. So it's sad that she's not returning for that spin-off movie. But this film, again, one gigantic U-turn on the surface, but it is layered with so many deep meanings and heartfelt story beats and representation of women in film and in action movies. And just the whole idea of feminism and equality between genders, all placed all throughout this film, and it's wonderful. It is beautiful. There are points in here, though, where the dialogue or some of the beats, they get a little cheesy. There are times when Max could be saying something, but instead does a little And there are also some points where Immortan Joe, who's just in this just outlandish, crazy-ass get-up, has this modulator for a microphone on his face, and whenever he's, like, yelling or he's going, "No!" It's like, I get that you kind of wrote yourself into a corner and you kind of had to do something like that, but just hearing him go, "No!" It's one of those things that me and my inner child just can't help but laugh at and make fun of. I don't care what happens on screen. Just hearing this But other than those few nitpicks, Mad Max Fury Road is one hell of an action thriller that definitely everyone needs to check out at least once. And yeah, I want to see where this story goes. I want to see this interpretation of Mad Max with Tom Hardy and George Miller carry on. We're getting Furiosa. Awesome. Can't wait to see that. And then I want to see Mad Max again. Please, I want to see where this character goes next. I'm going to give Mad Max Fury Road 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Mad Max Fury Road, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.